Now I'm ready. What is up, everybody? It is your girl, Kimberly Janelle. I am um, the money coach, the financial fixer, your tax strategist. And I am here to talk to you today about how to make tax time easy instead of a nightmare, okay? Um, I know that there are not very many people who are like me who enjoy this time of year, because tax is my jam, right? But I would love for you to engage with me and tell me if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed when it's time to file taxes. If you're here watching live, comment live. If you're watching a replay, comment replay. When you come in, make sure you say, hey, because I can see you before I can see you, okay? Um, I know that most people feel overwhelmed when it comes time to file taxes because people wait until the last minute. They scrambling for receipts, they stressing over the numbers, and they hoping that they don't owe thousands of dollars. I've even encountered entrepreneurs who are so afraid of what the bottom line is going to be that they end up not filing. Not only do they not file that year, but before you know it, it's year two, and then it's year three, and then, yeah, okay. So let me tell you what the problem is. Let me tell you what the challenge is. The challenge is the number one reason, and I got my notes, y'all, because I want to make sure that I address everything and I don't leave anything out. Because I've been doing this for 17 years, it's really easy for me to just start speaking top of brain, and then I'll get off a live and be like, dang, I should have said do. So I got my notes to make sure I don't leave nothing out. All right. The number one reason tax time feels overwhelming is because you don't have a simple system that you can use all year long. Most entrepreneurs wait till January to start thinking about what they need to have together in order to file their taxes. And then because it's so overwhelming, then you're like, okay, I don't feel like it today. Okay, I'm gonna do it this weekend. Okay, I'm gonna do it on Monday. And the dread of trying to get this information together causes you to continue to postpone and postpone and postpone and postpone, right? If you're tracking expenses at the last minute, then you are missing deductions and you are paying more than you should. Okay. Here's some of the struggles that I see people um, encounter during tax time. You digging through old bank statements. You digging through receipts. You some of the receipts you can't even read them. They so smudged and worn out. You're trying to figure out what it is, or you know what it is, and you know how much you paid for the thing, right? But the numbers ain't quite readable anymore. So then you have to ask the question like, okay, well, can I claim this thing? Because I mean, I got a receipt, but you can't half read it, right? Here's another struggle. You have no idea what's deductible. You don't even know what you can claim as a deduction. So then you end up leaving money on the table. Can you identify with that? And then you feel like you're guessing every year and you hoping that you don't owe too much. So I'm gonna tell you the secret. The secret to making tax time easy and not a nightmare is to prepare for tax season before tax season. Come on, somebody. The issue, the solution to the issue is preparing for tax season before tax season. Huh? You know how we used to have the first day of school? And for some of us, when we get older, there's certain events that happen and we know we got to be somewhere a little earlier than what we used to doing, or it's a special event or whatever, and you pack your stuff, pull your stuff out the night before. You know how we used to do night before school, night before the first day of school. We'll pull our clothes out, we got our shoes out, we got our socks, our underwear, we know everything, right? You don't wait till the day of, the morning of, to be rambling, pulling, going through laundry and trying to find the night before a big event, the night before the first day of school, the night before a big presentation. Like, we're preparing for that thing before it actually happens. But as entrepreneurs, we don't do that with tax season. We wait until them W-2s getting ready to get kicked out. They got to be mailed out by January 31st. And that's around the time that I get so many entrepreneurs. It's like, hey, I probably need to get with you to see what I need to gather for tax time. You can fix that by preparing for tax season before tax season. And it's about the systems that you set up right now. And I'm going to help you do that. Okay. I'm going to help you set up those systems. So let me give you 3 simple steps to make tax time easy. Okay. 3 simple steps. I don't like overwhelm, so I'm not going to give you like 17 different things you need to do. I'm going to give you 3 simple steps. Number 1, start tracking expenses now. Start tracking them right now. And I know it's February. The date of this recording is February 27th, 2025. I know it's February. And most people are thinking about 2024 tax return, and that's perfectly fine. But you need to be thinking right now for 2025. What systems can you put in place right now that can help you make sure that this dread and this overwhelm that you feel right now, trying to get ready for 24 taxes, that you do not feel this time next year, okay? Even if you spend 10 minutes a week categorizing things and organizing things, whether you use an automated system like QuickBooks or whether you have a spreadsheet or a Google Sheet or a Microsoft Word document, I don't care what you use. I just need you to have some type of system. And then I have an accountability group for entrepreneurs who are trying to get in the rhythm of spending 10 minutes a week categorizing and organizing and all the things that you need to do. If you need an accountability system, accountability partner, an accountability group, then I have that for you, okay? It doesn't mean I'm going to do the work for you. The accountability group gives you access to me. It gives you the opportunity to get on a Zoom call with me 60 minutes a month to talk about whatever you need to talk about. I'll teach you whatever you need to learn about this system, these systems that you need to have in place for your business. And then I send you weekly emails like, hey, don't forget to do this. Hey, don't forget to do this every single week. Okay? So if you don't have anything but 10 minutes to give, that will help make sure that tax time is not a nightmare. Okay? So the first tip is you got to start tracking your expenses now. And if you have not done that for 2024, you need to do it right now. April 15th will be here before you know it. And if you're taxed as an S Corp, March 15th is next week. It's around the corner. Okay? Literally. All right. So the first tip is to start tracking your expenses now. Your second tip to make tax time easy and not a nightmare is you got to separate your business and your personal finances. Y'all listen, you cannot pay your personal expenses out of your business account. You cannot pay your personal light bill out of your business account, even if you have a home office. Yes, you are able to write off percentages of things because you have a home office, but you cannot pay that light bill, that gas bill, your rent out of your business account. So your takeaway right here is if you don't have a business bank account, you got to open one this week. Mixing your personal and business expenses, it is a disaster. It is a disaster waiting to happen. Okay? I'm just going to pivot there just a little bit. I hear you saying, well, if I can write off my part of my light bill, part of my gas bill, part of my internet, part of my rent, part of my, because I have a home office, then how can I do that using my business bank account? Well, let me tell you how that actually works. The percentage of your home office that you get to write off, you can write that same percentage of your light bill, your gas bill, your rent, those expenses, but it's got to be the same percentage. So let me give you an example and follow me on this one, okay? Follow me on this. Oh, somebody's saying I'm frozen. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Am I still frozen? I don't see that I'm frozen. But let me know if I'm still frozen, sis. Okay. Let me give you this example of how this works. Let's say my home is 100 square feet. We're just using this for example purposes. Jennifer, let me know if you can hear me okay over here, okay? Let's say your home is 100 square feet and my home office is 25 square feet. That means that my home office is 1/4 of my home, okay? 1/4 of my home. Because my home office is 1/4 of my home, then I get to write off 1/4 of my rent, 1/4 of my light bill, 1/4 of my gas bill, 1/4 of every bill that applies to my home. Now, that same percentage, 25%, 1/4, I can write off 1/4, or I can pay 1/4 of my light bill out of my business account because that's the portion that I get to write off for my business. Now, if you don't want to do that math, then the best thing to do is just to pay your light bill, pay your gas bill, pay those bills out of your personal account, and then recoup them in with your tax return at the end of the year. The best thing to do is just to move the money from your business account into your personal account, pay yourself, okay? And then pay the bill. Otherwise, if you do not pay that percentage that is associated with your home office, the percentage of your home office, then you could be putting yourself in a really sticky situation. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. Let me know if it makes sense. If it makes sense, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if it makes sense. If it makes sense, put a 1 in the chat. All right. All right. So we're talking about 3 simple steps to make tax time easy. Number 1 was to start tracking your expenses now. Do not wait, y'all. Do not wait. Do not wait. Okay. Thank you, sis. Do not wait. Okay. Step number 2 is to separate your personal and your business finances. Do not be paying your personal stuff out of your business account. Do not be running your business out of your personal account. If you do not have a business bank account, you need to open one this week. All right. If you don't have a business bank account, I want you to hold yourself accountable, and I want you to let me know. If you don't have a business bank account, I want you to slide in my DM, slide in my inbox and say, yo, Coach Kimberly, I don't have a business bank account, but I'm making a commitment that I'm going to create. I'm going to go open a business bank account within the next, how much time do I want to give you? What's today? Thursday? All right, till Wednesday. I'm going to give you till Wednesday. Can you help me? I probably can. Inbox me, let me know what you need. I don't know what you need, but I probably can. Okay. So 3 steps to help make tax time easy. Number 1, start tracking right now. Yes, come on. Just started my own nonprofit recently. Yes, ma'am. Congratulations. Now get that bank account open. You can find a lot of you want to find a CDFI financial institution. They're not always banks. Sometimes it's a credit union. But you want to find a CDFI. And don't ask me what CDFI stands for, Community Development, I forget, but CDFI, or you want a bank that is that honors the CRA law, Community Reinvestment Act. Let me tell you what that means. If a bank is a CDFI institution, or if they uphold the CRA law, that means that they have to put a percentage of their money, profit that they make, back into the community. These big banks, a lot of these big banks, Chase, Fifth Third, I ain't gonna start calling them, but some of these big banks that y'all stay committed to, because you done been there all this time, and you just, yeah, I'm just gonna open up a bank account there. First of all, they make profit for their shareholders, for the owners of their company. And most times they're gonna say, no, Kimberly, thank you so much for your application, but at this time, we're unable to help you, blah, 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 blah. Okay? CDFI institutions and institutions who uphold the CRA law have to say to you, hey, Kimberly, thank you so much for your application. This is the reason why we couldn't say yes right now, but this is what will help position you for the yes. Let us help you obtain this skill, obtain this certification, clear this thing up, and then try it again. CDFIs have a vested interest in getting a yes for you. Big banks do not. They just gonna say at this time we are unable. Why? Because your credit score. Why? Because your debt to income ratio was too high. Why? Because whatever. But they're not gonna help you fix it. They're not gonna put you in a class that's gonna help educate you so that you can be bankable. CDFIs and CRA institutions will absolutely do that. So when you open up your bank account, make sure you ask them, are you a CDFI institution? Do you uphold the CRA law? And do yourself some do your own due diligence. Google it. CDFI, CRA law. Google it. Understand what it means. But there are financial institutions who have an obligation to put profit back into the community, whether it's small business owners, whether it's minority or neighborhoods. They have an obligation. They have to, which means that if they don't have enough people that they can say yes to, they have to get you skilled or get you in a position that they can say yes to you, because they have to put so much of that money back out into the community. You got it? And she said, okay, CDFI, I got it. Good. Yeah, inbox me. I don't have no problem. Inbox me, no problem. Okay. So the 3 steps to make tax times easy, we already said number 1 is to start tracking your expenses now. If you've already done your taxes for 2024, congratulations, you are in the very limited number of people, entrepreneurs who have. Most entrepreneurs are waiting to the last minute because they're shuffling through bank statements and receipts and don't know. So if that's you, if you're doing that for 2024, if you know that you're going to have to do that for 2025, you need to start tracking stuff right now. Okay? You need to get somewhere where somebody can hold you accountable. I have an accountability group. It's $99 a month, y'all. You can't even get me for an hour for a strategy call for $99 a month. But in my accountability group, $99 a month, you get access to me. You get one 60-minute call every single month. We can talk about whatever part of your business that you need to. I send you weekly emails to help remind you to do your record keeping and all of those things. And I'm also teaching you tax stuff and different things throughout the year. So if you need that accountability, then let me know. You may be able to join my group. Here's the caveat on my group though. You have to schedule a call with me. Out of each quarter, I need to talk to you at least twice. 2 calls per quarter. If you don't get on my calendar, then I'm gonna put you out of my accountability group, because I want to work with people. I don't want to just take your $99. I'm not Netflix. I'm not none of these companies that's okay with just hitting your account every month, whether they helping you or not. I want to help people. So if you're serious about moving forward in your business, about plugging in holes, about understanding what you need to do, and you just kind of need somebody to ride the wave with you or whatever, my accountability group might be good for you. That's number 1. Start tracking your expenses now. Number 2, you got to separate your personal and your business finances. You cannot take care of your personal stuff out of your business account and vice versa. You are commingling your funds, and you are stripping the veil of protection from your LLC. Okay? Okay, I see. Actually, I think I forgot. Thanks, lady. The plate's been full. No problem, sweetheart. No problem. Okay. The last thing that you can do to make tax time easy is keep your records in one place. Now, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes it's challenging to create a system to do that. And I'm speaking from experience. Now, one thing you're gonna always get from me is transparency. I'm never gonna act like I got it all together or I got it all figured out and none of that stuff. Let me tell you that I had my own system for me and my business before I got married. Now I got this husband who got a business, or he's a comedian, so he traveling and he got all these deductions and stuff. He didn't realize that he can write off this stuff, so I'm teaching him about receipts and all these things. And then we done started a comedy company together, and we got receipts. And every time he go, and so now I got receipts everywhere. At first, I couldn't get him to keep the receipts. Then I started getting him to keep the receipts, but we don't have no centralized system of where he can put receipts for me. So I open up the glove box. There's receipts in the glove box. I open up his nightstand. There's receipts in the nightstand. There's receipts in his coat pocket. It's what he got. And I'm grateful that he keeping the receipts. Okay. But the next step for us is to have one central location where we're going to keep the receipts. You got to have one place, one simple system, whether it's a folder, whether it's it don't matter what it is. Okay, you got to have one place where you keep all of your documents. Now, it's not enough to just get the receipt and keep it. I'm proud of you. If you can do that and you have been doing that, I'm proud of you. But guess what? Receipts fade. God forbid you have a natural disaster, they get wet, they whatever, right? You ain't lying, girl. That's good. That's minor. That's minor. And I am grateful. He's very teachable, and I'm grateful for that. You got to go one step further with the receipts. It's great to keep them. It's great to have them. But then you got to upload them. You got to take a picture of them, and not just in your phone. Listen to me. I just had this conversation with somebody the other day. She's like, yeah, I've been taking pictures of my receipts with my phone. I said, don't do that. Don't do that. Because guess what happens on December 31st? Now you're going to be like, oh, girl, I done took pictures of my receipts all year. I'm so proud of myself. But guess what you got to do in January? You got to go all the way back to your camera roll, January in your camera roll. And you got to find every single receipt that you took a picture of. And I don't know if you've ever done this before, but I have, and it has ticked me off to no end. You scrolling in your camera roll and you accidentally touch something, or somebody call you and you lose your place in the camera roll. Dang, then you got to start all over. If you ain't paid attention to where you were or what month you were in or where you was, I don't know how many times I had to scroll up, and I find what I'm looking for, and I get distracted or put the phone down. I open it back up. It's back at the last picture that I took. So I got to find my place again. You do not want to just take pictures with your phone. You don't want to do that. You have to have some software that you can take a picture of the receipt in the software that's going to save it in the cloud, and you can throw the receipt away. QuickBooks. I'm always going to talk about QuickBooks. Why? Because that's what I use. Are there other software programs out there? Absolutely. But I use QuickBooks, and 99.5% of all finance professionals, accounting professionals, use QuickBooks. So I can't talk to you about, hey, Kenyatta, I can't talk to you about Wave. I can't talk to you about FreshBooks or Xero or none of them. They probably got the capability. All I know is QuickBooks. That's all that's all I got. I got a discount for you. I got a discount. If you want to use QuickBooks, I got a discount for you. You get like 30% off for like 6 months. Something. It's real good. Let me know if you want it. I give it to anybody who want it. But I can't talk to you about nothing else. I don't know nothing else about nothing else. Okay? So you got to have one place where you keep all of your records. Y'all be putting my notes together because I want to make sure I give y'all everything. Okay? So making tax time easy is not about what you do in April. It's not about what you do in March. It's about what you do all year long. If you put a system in place, then tax time comes and it's easy because you got one place to pull this stuff down and it's ready to go. Praise him. God has shined on you. I know your story because you know mine. I'm waiting on one to have legit business. Remaining kind of honest. Yes. Thank you so much. God did, in fact, shine on me. He absolutely did. He absolutely did. Okay. So this is just the beginning. This was 3 simple steps that can make tax time easy, but this is just the beginning. I got a full system. Imagine having a full system that you can plug into that will help you get this system going and get the rhythm of keeping track of your stuff. That's what my Audit Proof Your Business Bootcamp is going to be all about. talking about the whole entire system. Okay. There is an expense tracking system there, audit proof documentation method that's in there, because again, it's not about just having a receipt. You got to know how you have to document things so that when the IRS comes knocking, when the state comes knocking, and they will. But if you have the system, if you know what you need to keep, if you know how you need to keep it, then you ain't got to sweat when they come knocking, because you just print off what they need and you go on about your business. Most people who get caught up in tax stuff don't get caught up because they are lying about what they do. They get caught up because they don't put in enough effort to prove what they do. I want you to think about this for a minute, and I'm a close with this. Have you ever had anybody lie to you before? And it could be something simple or it could be something very big. You ever had somebody lie to you? Liars make sure that they have a lie to cover the lie, and then they got another lie to cover the lie that covers the lie. I mean, they done thought about this thing like 3 rows down and 5 rows wide. They done thought about it. So if she asked me this, and I'm gonna say this, and then if she asked me this, I'm gonna say this, and if I was there, hey bro, if she say this, they got alibis for they lie. They got everything. Okay, so the people who get caught in audits are not people who lie, because liars make sure that they don't get caught. They do more work to cover the lie than the honest people who are actually working in business and doing the stuff. The other side of that is we making money, we changing lives, we doing things, but we being sloppy with our record keeping. We don't feel like keeping track of receipts. We don't feel like documenting what we're doing. We don't feel like, right? And sometimes it's we don't know that we're supposed to keep certain things. Well, that could be your excuse before you met me, before you ran into me, before you found out where I am, before you ran across me, before you met me. Your excuse could be, I didn't know. But you can't say that no more. Okay? You cannot say that no more. You can't say, I didn't know that I needed to do that, because you got me now. And that's what I'm telling you. You got to document what you're doing. You got to be able to substantiate everything you keep up with, everything that you write off. You got to know what all you can write off so that you don't pay more taxes than what you are supposed to. And then you'll be ready. Okay? So, I hope this was helpful. 3 simple steps to make tax time easy. I'm going to do, I'm probably going to be going live. Not probably. I'm going live tomorrow too. I just don't know yet what I'm talking about. But I'm doing a webinar one day next week. What did I say I was going to call it? 5 ways? I don't know, but I'll let y'all know. 5, I don't know what it was. I'll let y'all know. Okay. Let me know if this was helpful. I don't know why I can't get my thoughts together. But I will see y'all on the flip side, the mean and in between time. Let me know, inbox me, let me know what you need. I may be able to help you depending on what you need. I am available. And the accountability group, if you are interested in that, again, that's $99 a month for the accountability group. You get 60 minutes a month with me on a Zoom call to discuss anything that you need to. My regular strategy sessions for 60 minutes is $250. To get me for 60 minutes is $250. So get me for $99 a month, and you basically get a strategy session every month, in addition to weekly emails to help you stay on top of your record keeping, is a steal, if I would say so myself. Okay. But stay connected. All right. I hope this has been helpful. Holla at your girl. Let me know how I can serve you. And I will talk to you later.